something. Just 1 second. So we've been thinking about augmenting our YouTube with Zoom so that we have a little bit more interaction in the classes. So we'll learn from our experiences and figure out how the best way to go about doing that would be. I think that the era of the online is with us. I don't think that it'll be easy for us to go back to in-person classes. And so we have to figure out a better way to make sure that everybody is connected. And I look forward to learning how best to do so. So for that reason also, I'm looking forward to today's session. And I welcome you all. And now back to Chandra.
So we'll just go down the list. As I said, if you can keep it, go into the view and set it to speaker, then you can see the person talking at the time. So that's the best way to view the whole thing. Let's start with Anne Greenbaum. Is Anne here? I don't think she joined yet. So let's go with Arvind Taylor. Arvind, you're next. Please unmute yourself and then you can speak.
Namaste all. Namaste Guruji. My name is Arvind Taylor. I joined Vedanta class with Guruji before around 3 years when I retired from my company. My background wise, I did start study Vedanta from my very college life. When I was in India, I had my own Swamiji who gave me kind of diksha, and he taught quite a bit. Then when I came to US, I joined a Swadhyay group, which was, I mean, it has a different flavor, but I was missing my study of Vedanta. And when Bharat Bhai and Kalpana Ben said, oh, there is a Mandukya Upanishad going on. So at that time, I started my classes with Guruji. And this helped me a lot in the sense that now I can do more Sravanam and Mananam with Guruji, and I learned few new things which I have never studied. And ultimately every script, I mean books or Prakaran Granth gives the same message, but it's a different way of telling the same thing, which I really enjoyed. And I sincerely thank Guruji the way he's taking so much trouble and pain for all of us. And he's really working hard. I cannot imagine for all of us. And I'm really benefited. As Guruji says, we are not perfect, but one day we will be. So namaste to all. Oh, by the way, I did retire and I have few short-term assignment as a consulting. So I will be a little bit busy till next February, but then I'm totally Vanprastha. Namaskar, Hari Om.
So next we have Ashish Asthana. Ashish, are you here? I don't see Ashish. Let's go to Ashish Budgil. I don't see Ashish Budgil as well. Is Ashok here?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Ashokji.
Yeah, namaste. My name is Ashok Tekchandani. I live in Fremont. I'm still working as an CEO of a startup company in wireless products. 2 children, 4 grandchildren, very happy. One thing I've realized is I've been a student of Guruji for, I think, 3+ years now. And the main thing I've got out of it is no matter how unpleasant the situation, if you reflect back at that 2 years later, it has always worked well for you. We have to learn from that, and I'm extremely happy in life, and God bless all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashokji.
One thing.
Okay.
Because will be traveling in about, I have a flight in about 2 hours. After this, I will disconnect, so please do not mind.
No problem. So next we have Ashwin Naik.
Namaste, everyone. I'm Ashwin Naik. I live in Waterloo, which is about an hour west of Toronto. I've been taking classes with Sri Vijayji since off and on since 2017, and then more regularly since 2019. I've been previously exposed to Vedanta in my school through courses on Sanskrit. So there were basically different shlokas that were part of our lessons. And then I took a course at university, but I've only been exposed to teachings from scholars, I guess first during yoga workshops at the Arshavidya Gurukulam since 2013. So that's, I guess, been my more serious learning experience with Vedanta. I guess the other thing I was asked to talk about is my profession. I teach mathematics and computer science at University of Waterloo.
Thank you, Ashwin. Next we have Bob Srinivas.
Namaste all. I reached out to Vijayji based on my interest in Bhagavad Gita. This was when he was teaching in the Jain temple. This is back in the I want to say around 2015 or so. Started there. And then I work in tech in the Bay Area. So my job involves travel to Asia, so I could not join the in-person classes. So in a way, COVID was a good thing for me as it relates to these classes, because now we are moved online. So this works fantastic for me. So the interest in Bhagavad Gita is based on Sanskrit I learned as a high schooler in India. We learned chapters 1 and 2, so I could recite them. But as you get older, the deeper meanings of Bhagavad Gita that comes to you. And what I started there, but I really like the text Digdasha Viveka, which we went through right now. That was a revelation for me, because the way it built a structure around Vedanta. That was a really good text. I also enjoy Vijayji's approach to life. He has all these examples of his life. As I hear him, I can relate to a lot of what he said. So I enjoy that as well. So look forward to continuing with these classes. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Bala Mani. Is Bala Mani here? I don't see her, but Bala Mani, I think is from India, right, Vijayji? So
No, I think he's locally based in the Bay Area.
Okay.
And he does attend classes regularly, but somehow we've missed him this morning. So we'll catch up with him later.
Okay. So next we have Barbara Winchman.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. So my name is Barbara Wickman, and I have been so happy to be studying with Vijay for the last 7 or 8 years. So I'm pretty new, but I have a yoga background of 50 years, and I've or more, and I've taught it for many years. The yoga asana, Ramanand Patel being my main teacher, and BKS Iyengar. And I am also delighted to be a mother and a grandmother of some wonderful children who all benefit from everything I learn here. And I want to thank Vijay for making my understanding of yoga so much more real and deep. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Next we have Bhaskar Vingera.
You have to mute yourself.
Yeah.
Bhaskar.
Yeah, sorry. Namaste. Guruji, Pranam. We are very grateful. Our background to join with Veda's teaching was with Swami Chinmayanand in 1980 when he came in Nairobi, where we passed our life, most of our life, professional life also. And subsequently, his disciples all were coming there, and we attended regularly almost all. And after coming here, we were so fortunate, we were not knowing, and we live in Milpitas, California here, and the classes, Arshavidya was just in Jain Center, which was 10 minutes drive from our home. So God brought us directly. And when Swamiji from Rajkot came here, and he told us that your the Purva Karma has brought you here, and we are retired, both of us. So we are attending almost all the classes possible. And Guruji, we are so thankful because your approach is not only just Veda, but practical way of life, giving example, live example of your life and others, and quoting all the Swamijis, exactly what you have learned from the books or from personal, your experiences with teachers and acharyas. So that is very important. And with Shraddha, we are trying to learn as much as possible. Very difficult, forget most of the things, and we have to recollect again. And so that's why we continue classes, and it has really helped us. Also, we are retired, both of us. I was a surgeon, plastic surgeon in Nairobi, Kenya, and here we have our sons and grandchildren. So we are enjoying both ways. So thank you very much. And my wife Suvarna will tell her.
Namaste, Hari Om. Guruji, yes, what Bhaskar said, we started in 1980. I think those little karmas which we had attending Chinmayananda's classes and following disciples, it seems that interest ignited in me actually. Otherwise, I think if that was not the case, I think even Bhaskar would be listening and I would be there, but I would not be attending the classes. I would say, no, this is boring. This is not, but it has ignited me. And I feel, I many times feel that when you say, the Lord is in, the Atma is there, and then you say, how can you see Atma? But then we feel when I do Seva Krishna, Lala Seva, and when I'm looking at it, and then I say, do I see it dually or do I see it him in me? And I really try and remember what you are trying to say, how you say, and what it is. And from there, I've come to know that how to take a situation, when something which upsets you and angers you, then I pause myself and say, but this is a play. Why should I get angry? It's part of the role. Then I come out of it and I say, all right, I should be in such a way that I should not get taken into any situations. See it more like a witness, see it, stand on the fence, and have a look, watch like as if you're watching a soccer game. So that is what's been. Very many things of yours have come in. I really enjoy your classes. I really enjoy. And Guruji, you are so good, so tremendous. Hard work you do. We don't do even, I think, 100th of that. And one thing I like about the way you come back, you start revising a little bit of a revision, because we are students, but I would say we are still kindergartners. So we are not yet to that extent that we would like to listen to you again or go through your recordings again, which we do, but not that often, which is like a homework. But then you bring us back into, and very, very, we would like to listen to them very closely, and this is a very subtle subject, as I understand. So I really would like to pay attention when you are talking and then following you very closely. Your examples some of them are very hilarious, and they are very enjoyable, and you learn a lot from them. And the subtleness of the question, or whatever point you are posing, it really opens up with your example. Thank you so much, Guru.
Thank you, Suvarna.
And we would love to continue this, Krishna willing. Thank you.
Next is Carol. Go ahead, Carol.
Okay. Good morning. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yes. So namaste, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. And I was part of the wave of yogis who came into the classes 2 years ago with an email out of the blue from Ramanan. And just one of those beautiful things, beautiful synchronicities that happen. So I've been so grateful to be studying for these last 2 years. And let's see, well, I live in San Francisco. I work as a Spanish interpreter. And I also teach classes of conscious dance, which is like kind of meditation in movement to a lot of different kinds of music. And the idea is to just move from kind of the truth for you in this moment, and as a way to find your spontaneity and freedom. So it's, I feel like what I'm learning here too in Vedanta supports that. It supports everything in life. And so, well, I've been to India 9 times. The first time was to pursue Vipassana meditation many years ago. And then I went 8 years in a row to Rishikesh, and a guru there just called me. And so, those were really my years of bhakti yoga. And so at the Satchadam ashram in Rishikesh. So now having the classes with Vijayji come into my life and really studying Vedanta in this way, in this really serious, slow and in-depth way, it feels like it's just the perfect ingredient, the perfect next thing. And it feels like it's kind of like the Shruti of the Vedas, of Vedanta, are helping to create like a Shruti in my awareness that is like a ground, deeper ground and context for me to see through kind of this Shruti of the mind that's always playing. And so it's just helping me to understand all experience, all my different experiences on different levels. So I'm so grateful, and it's just such a blessing, and so beautiful to see everyone today and to hear from all of you. So thank you again. Thank you, Guruji. Namaste.
Thank you, Carol. think I'm on the list again. My name is Chandra Dillon. Namaste, everyone. I've been attended Guruji's class in 2017. I remember I moved to Bay Area in 2017, April of 2017, and a friend of mine introduced to Guruji's who attended his Bhagavad Gita class, and it was some calling. So after that, I attended all the classes, became a avid Vedanta student, and hope to continue studying it until I finish most of the text that we have. I just enjoy the way Guruji teaches, and really enjoy the subject matter, and learn so much from it. Um, uh, I think just a work out of San Francisco, work as a wealth management advisor out of Merrill Lynch. But I because of that, it allows me to spend a lot of time on the Vedanta classes. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, Vijayji. Next, we have Chandu Guntakala. I don't see Chandu Guntakala, so we can go to Darshan Bhuta Shukla.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Pranam, Vijayji. I came in contact with first time when Swami Dayanandji took the Samadhi, and 2015. And I had an opportunity to do some seva. And we sang some bhajans with one of my friends, Meenu Puri. And but it was still not my time to do this, although I needed it very much those days also. I'm very, very grateful to two of my very dear friends, Chaula Joshi and Zarina Kaji, to point towards the path, and then Vijayji to shed the light on the path and carry me forward at that point. The simplicity, when I tell somebody that it is a Vedant class I'm attending, they're saying, my goodness, it's heavy subject. I said, no, you have to listen to Vijayji. He makes it with his own examples, so simple. And it goes straight to the heart and you understand it. And that's the best part about this whole thing. I started with Drikdrashya, Vivek, and I'm thankful to pandemic. I'm grateful that something positive came out of it. Compared to many of you, I'm just a rookie. But I'm like a little kid. I look forward to these classes and I get up early. No matter what time I go to bed, I get up early and I attend the class. By profession, I'm a North Indian classical teacher. I teach to I call them all my kids. My youngest sometimes is a 4 or 5 years old, and my eldest kid, who calls me auntie because I'm his guru at that point, he is 85, 86 now. So all all ages. But I enjoy doing that. I've been doing it for almost 20 years teaching, and I'm very, very grateful, Vijayji. Thank you so much. I have calmed down quite a bit. The life has, like everybody, has given me some challenges, and now I look at it as an onlooker. I'm trying at least. Maybe I'll have to take few births to come to that. I don't know, because like I said, I'm a rookie at this, but I'm very, very excited to continue this journey with all of you. And I'm very, very grateful to Vijayji. Cannot say enough. Thank you so much, and pranam to everyone.
Thank you, Darshana. As a reminder, if you can keep your view in the speaker mode, you can see the speaker speaking at the time, and also try to limit your introduction for a minute or two so that we can go through the list. Next, we have Ganeshan Krishnamurthy. Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Namaste, Guruji. My name is Ganesan Krishnamurthy. I live in Dublin with my wife and 2 daughters. One is in grad program, one is in high school. As a profession, I work at Dassault Systems. I'm a director. I was assigned to Tesla for the last 5 years, but now I have a global role. So I moved to Bay Area in 2013. I've been attending, Guruji's lecture right from the time, maybe around 2014 timeframe. I've become super regular in the last couple of years. I pretty much attend every single of your lecture, Saturday and on Tuesday. My Vedantic journey started way back in 1999 with Chinmaya Mission back in Columbus, Ohio. I visited Silasburg in 2000. I met with Pujya Swamiji, Dayananda Saraswati. Right from that time, I am kind of 100% latched on to it. I have not left it. I think I'm very, very grateful that, I was searching something like this. I was reading, Stephen Covey's book, 7 Habits of Effective People, all those kind of things. But when I first started attending Vedanta classes, I kind of realized that, this is exactly what I was looking for. And since then, I've not left it, amazing journey for me. I've not been regular for the last 4 to 5 weeks. I was in Chennai. I had the opportunity to meet with Swami Paramarthanandaji last week. I will catch up what I left, what I couldn't attend in the last 4 or 5 weeks. The way, Swamiji, I'm telling it from my heart, the way you weave together with from your direct experiences from Swami Dayananda, your Maheshanandaji, your immense knowledge from Maheshanandaji and Paramarthanandaji, it is amazing. It's great. It's immaculate, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Ganeshji. Next, we have Gauranga Honasoge. And then next, we'll go to Henry Heikkinen. Do we have Hitesh Shah? We have 25 people online. The list is 60, so we'll just go through them fast. So James Chu. Vijaya Chowdhury. Jai Shri Raj. Kamala Shankar.
Namaste, I'm here. Good morning, Namaste. Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. They didn't say for nothing, this is so important. Thank you to all my teachers on the way till now, coming along and going forwards. Thank you. And my father used to say, work is worship. With that principle, I still continue to work and do service for the last 40 years as a physician, and continuing on, maybe time to wind down the next few years or so. And the path is leading that way. With that, my pathway towards the Vedantic started very early. I have my parents, both my father especially, driving me towards this for a long, long time. And he insisted we do the Sanskrit as second language in middle school. So that did help. He said it will help you later. So we did that. And they put me on a weekend Bhagavad Gita classes, all 3 of us. And we learned it, but nothing remained. Everything went away on the way path in the other journey of learning, other profession. So, but anyway, on the path, very many gurus came or teachers came in the spiritual path. In Chinmaya Mission with my children, I had to bring them to we had to bring them to San Jose, Bal Vihar classes and all that going on. And then in the early 90s, went to Arsha Vidya Gurukulam. One retreat happened at I don't remember exact year. For several days, we sat there and stayed there for several days, and it was very peaceful and enjoyable. And kept learning from many teachings and many gurus on the way. And then came last year with this COVID thing. My big interest was in the meantime was in the temple for the last several years. The learning of spirituality happened with my own life experiences, which is very dramatic. It all happened. So that learning was happening inside me by myself, and then hearing all this side learning from different teachers. And last year with COVID, one of our temple colleagues sent my email saying, oh, there's going to be an online class by Vijay Kapoorji. So I said, okay, a little bit extra time so I can try learning. And it was very, very, very enjoyable, very thought-provoking. And, it was like putting the pieces of puzzle I was getting through all this time together. And I started keep learning this and attending as much as I could. I think most of it I am attending, and if I miss it, I try to catch up later. And so that's what is going on. And thank you, Vijay Kapoorji. It has been very, very great. And somehow I felt so connected. I had the guts to ask, when you usually wait for a teacher for a long time to ask for a favor, it's hardly 1 year. I go and ask. There must be some connection. So I just said, Vijayji, can you do this talk on Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam? I just said, and he said, yes. Thank you so much. Namaskar, namaskar, and pranams. Thank you.
Thank you, Kamalaji. We have one iPad. There is no name. If you could put your name on it, we can call you. Next is Kasab Chopra.
Om Jai Shri Krishna. Namaste to everybody, including, of course, Vijay Kapoorji. The name of this body made of Panch Tat is Keshav Chopra. I'm blessed being here, and I'm attending all the 3 classes by Vijay Kapoorji. And I have attended his classes in Jain temple and another temple also. And I have attended a couple of retreats along with Vijay Kapoorji in Bay Area. And from this classes, the one I'm attending, when I got to know that this is the 51st year of Brahmaji, so it made me calculate, say like roughly 16,000 trillion years have passed, and I'm still in this world, and not me. I mean, our Lord Purushottam Krishna, he's here because of my not understanding this knowledge. So now I meditate. I mean, I'm attending about 15 classes per week and listening from all the teachers. I'm blessed being in this Bay Area, having come across all the teachers. And now, I mean, I would like to mention a couple of shlokas. Bahunam jannam ante gyanman mam prapadyate. So people, my other teachers used to tell me, still we have to take a lot of others janmas. But when I calculated this 16,000 trillion years, I said, how many more? Why not this, the last one? Why not? And I'm blessed. My parents gave me the birth, and I don't want any more parents. That's the last. Krishna Mande Jagat Guru. And Vijayji, I'm blessed. I heard that lecture on Vasudev Kutumbakam. It was awesome. Awesome. It opened my further eyes, and I wish to continue learning from you. And my most humble request, please, I mean, like, I want more meditation, which I'm doing like a couple of hours a day, but I want to increase it in your shelter. Om Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, Kashyapji. Next we have Maithili.
Pranams, and I'm very fortunate to have found you. I have been coming to your classes since 2015. When I found you, I was in a very bad situation in my life. That was time, I should say. I had just lost my husband, but you were there for me to guide me, help me, look at the life with a different perspective. Don't know how thankful I am to you. There are no words to do justice. I can't really express. My background is like ever since we were little, my parents were attached to Ramakrishna Mission, Ramakrishna Ashrama in Bangalore. That is where we used to visit quite often. Even today, when all my siblings and we get together, we still recite the prayers when we learned from childhood. And another thing, very early in our lives, our parents installed Lalita Sahasranama in our lives, and also Sri Vidya. So which has been a very big foundation for me. But after I started listening to your lectures, attending your classes, it made me realize better, understand better with a different perspective, which I'm very grateful to you. I attend all your classes while I was in Cupertino. I was able to attend Jain Temple and also Sanatana Dharma place and also a new place. Unfortunately, I had some health issues. I couldn't attend in person, but I moved to Thousand Oaks in last December. I haven't missed a single class so far. I'm very, very fortunate. Many, many things in my life changed because of your teaching, Guruji. I don't know how to thank you for that. And you have made a very big difference in my life. Now I'm very tolerant, take everything in a different perspective. My approach to things have changed a lot. It's all due to you and your teaching. In every class, the way you give us analogies from your own personal experience, which are very meaningful to me, especially the credit card issue. Whenever I come into that kind of situation, I always think of you. Oh my God, why am I going crazy like this? Guruji said this, Guruji said that. That comes to my mind. Whenever I have a little problem, that is what I apply. Guruji said this, why should I worry about this? You know, your God sent to me. And I'm very, very grateful to you, Guruji. Thank you so much. I look forward to each and every class. What I can learn, what I can digest. It's not easy. Like somebody else mentioned earlier, I am a rookie. A long way to go. I don't know whether I reach that. And another thing I have to tell you is my husband used to follow the answers with his teachings. And sometimes I used to listen with him to the lectures. That is another thing that made me follow your teachings too. Thank you so much. God bless you, Guruji. You're there for us. Pranams to you. And thank you for this opportunity. It's a wonderful thing to see all our fellow students. It's a good thing, and we should do this more often. At least get to know each other in a little way whenever it is possible. I sincerely thank you from my heart. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.
Thank you, Maithili. If you can come on the video, we'll appreciate that as well. Next, we will go to Nancy Preston. Please go ahead, Nancy. Unmute yourself.
Hi, all. Thank you. Wonderful to be here. And of course, thank you first to BJ. I came, so I live in New York City. I'm a yoga teacher. Prior to being more of a yoga teacher, I was an artist and designer. And I came, I think it's a little over 2 years now, at the suggestion of my yoga teacher, Ramanath Patel. So every year for the past 25 years, I've gone to the Yoga and Sound residential retreats at Ashtavidya Gurukulam in Pennsylvania, which have just been amazing. And Ramanath Patel had suggested that we start listening to Vijay's, it's the late Saturday class, the last one, because we'd be looking at those texts, and he thought it would be very, very helpful. And I've been just really grateful to have had that at this time. So when COVID came, hit New York very, very hard, very hard. In addition to that, the yoga studios that I spoke to all basically had to give up their spaces. And so there have been financial changes and upheaval. And also during this, my husband was hospitalized for 3 months, not for COVID, but for a spinal surgery. And I wasn't able to see or be with him during that time. And it really was these weekly teachings that kept me grounded, that kept me refocused. I can't say how much they've done for me. I came to this as a yoga teacher that was very fortunate to have been the same time I met Ramana Patel was when I went to Arshavija Gurukulam over 25 years ago. One of the first times they did this yoga and sound retreat. And we had Sanskrit classes, we had Vedic chanting, and of course we had Puja Swamiji Dayananda at his very high form teaching us. I didn't even know what Vedanta was. I just came for the yoga. My whole world changed and opened up from this. My relationships have changed. My whole life course changed from these teachings. And I am so grateful first to have this opportunity to kind of see everybody and connect with the community more, and the opportunity of these teachings. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nancy. Next we have Natalia Mendez. Zabal. Please go ahead, Natalia.
Namaste, everybody. My name is Natalia Mendez. For half of my life, I lived in Russia, where I grew up, and the other half in US. And right now, for the last 10 years, I lived in San Francisco, where I did met Ramanand Patel. And I met Ramanand Patel through Barbara Richmond, who is in this group as well. So she is my yoga teacher. And then I went to Ramanand through her. And luckily, Ramanand being such a strict yoga teacher, he's at one point he said that unless you go to Vijay Kapoor, you're not allowed to ask me any questions. It's like, oh boy, okay, I'm going to Vijay Kapoor then. And I'm so thankful that he said that, because I probably wouldn't have thought that Vedanta is for me, because I thought it's something that I wouldn't understand. But Vijay, the way you just explain everything, and all your analogies and examples and jokes, it just so relatable. And some of the stories that you tell, they're actually, I don't know, in Russia we have like ancient stories, and I swear I read them when I was little. Well, my mom read them to me, like the one about a parrot. Yeah, I heard that story already from like old Russian stories, and it's just amazing to me that the cultures, they actually cross, but not recent Russian culture, but like very ancient Russian culture. And I just enjoy your classes so much. And I started with chapter 7 of Bhagavad Gita. And since then, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to try another and another. And you just sucked me in. And now I'm just watching all of your videos that you had previously recorded. And the recent ones, I also watch several times, sometimes as well. Just some of them to understand them better, and some of them just because you explain things to me that just make me feel good. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Natalia. Next, we have Poonam. Can you come on the video as well, Poonam Agarwal?
Yeah, yes. Sorry, I need to just adjust the tablet a bit. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hare Krishna. Unlike many of you, this is my first time with Vijayji, and I live in Cupertino. We have been in this area for last 25 years. I work for a tech company, so full-time mom and full-time mother. My association with Vijayji specifically is, as some of you spoke about, when you get your experiences in life and when the experiences are adverse and not to the expectation one may have desire, it actually poses questions. And I was going through similar experiences back in 2016, 2017. And my daughter actually had a dance teacher. I was talking to her about this whole concept of understanding meditation and other things. And she actually told me to talk to her husband, and her husband recommended Vijayji. So it's like a long, path for me. I connected with Vijayji immediately through email, and that time he was taking classes in Milpitas. I went for the first class. He was probably taking advanced Gita class for advanced students, and everything went top of my head. So first of all, having the life all over the place, driving all the way to the Milpitas, I sat down, I enjoyed the class, but I really didn't understand anything. And I said, okay, this is a lot for me. So I stepped back and I didn't go for a class, but I decided to keep in touch with Vijayji just to see when he starts a new session, which is for beginners, and how can I join. And the interim, while we were in touch, so I requested him to keep me in his emails so that I get notified about the changes or things he's doing. I also got an opportunity to introduce through a friend, another teacher who was starting, some beginner class. So I got exposure of Gita in the sense the way it is being written, and we are at chapter 8. And then I also received an email from Vijayji about the new. So I found that to be a perfect opportunity to start. My main purpose with my association with all these, I'm really just maybe started to crawl in the journey, understanding Vedanta and Gita. My end goal is really to start practicing and helping others. So that's what I'm taking forward, is like, how do I pivot myself to really become Krishna conscious and giving to the society? And how do I follow the path with not getting impacted due to what's happening in the life? And I personally experienced, I lost my husband actually in COVID in March, and it was pretty hard. The other teacher I'm associated with, she guided me during those days. And I felt, I think there is a lot more to learn in this. So I'm hoping with the classes we are starting, I continue to build my knowledge, and I will connect offline with Vijayji. I'm also interested in learning the language itself, because there is a lot goes in you when you chant, and how you chant is an important aspect. At least that's what I learned. So I'm looking forward to really brushing upon those the aspects of the language and the linguals, so that both bhakti, knowledge, gyan, we are progressing. I'm progressing in all ways.
Thank you, Poonam. Next, we have Raj Valpuri. Can you please come on video as well? Thank you, Raj.
Great. Namaste, everybody. I'm Raj Valpuri, and I live in San Ramon, close to San Francisco. And I've been living in USA since 1983. I came here for a master's degree and stayed on for a job, and mostly worked at AT&T. And my introduction to Vedanta was in 1978, when Swami Chinmayananda ji came to Visakhapatnam, and my mother took me there. And it was a very enlightening experience. I was not old enough to fully understand,
And I have been getting direction whenever there was any particular need in my life towards Vedanta. So I would like to share one particular incident. In the mid-90s, when I was going through a difficult personal period, my mother gave me the autobiography of a yogi book, which I read. And I was very particular that I wanted to go visit the Self-Realization Fellowship in LA. There was no internet in those days, and there was no way of finding out that information. And I was kind of very disappointed about how to do all that. And one fine day, suddenly in the mailbox, there was a booklet from Self-Realization Fellowship with the address of an American name and an address about 20 miles away. I was living in Columbus, Ohio at that time. It was a book sent to me, I felt, so that I could go and visit that center, which I did, and I felt much better. So jumping forward to 2017, actually 2017, my father passed away. And then 2014, my father passed away. And then my mother was alone. I tried to bring her here and she couldn't, she came, she didn't like it here, went back. And I was in the process of trying to see what to do. So I left my job and did some projects in India. I finished one project, traveling every 3 months, visiting my mother, keeping her comfortable. And so things were going on okay. And I finished my project in 2017. And then the next big direction that came to me was that email. And I've been going in various situations to Salisbury, attending courses in person when I can. But the silver lining to COVID was the Zoom meetings. I suddenly got an email from AVC. I usually get messages from Arshavidya Center, some off and on, and also from Salisbury, because I think I'm on the membership. So it was not as much of a surprise. But from the last year, 2020, I latched on pretty hard, pretty tightly. And I've been listening, and again, Guruji's teachings falls very much in line with how contemporary teaching relating to the message that's so old, coming all the way generations to, that fits into our life, fits very well. And I am now continuing to hope I will latch on more. My children, one is in college, one is in high school. And now that I'm off my full-time work, I consider myself semi-retired and doing some work with India as much as I can. Maybe I have to travel more, starting a second project. My wife is well settled and successful, so she's kind of running the home from my perspective, and I help a lot of home duties I have to do, children, taking care of some kitchen duties and driving studies for the children, helping them out, those kind of things. So my hope is to continue this and be focused. And I can see each time around is more discovery for me. And again, Swamiji says that. The first time around when I saw in 1978 what those same message that I hear now means a lot more in-depth understanding to me now. And I plan to continue that further and further. And I do hope to engage. I don't know what the next direction will be, but I want to get more integrated into this. And I plan to travel to India sometime when COVID kind of subsides a bit. This year is a big year. I turned 60 years. And I wanted to go to the Mount Kailash and do the circumambulation trek, but that got put off for a few years now. So I want to go visit some of the ashrams, probably Rishikesh. And then I don't know exactly what the plan will be, but a little more tighter engagement is what I'm hoping. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Raj. Next we have Sam Dillon. Sam, can you come online as well? We can see you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there's an echo, Sam. You think you have two things going. Okay, now you can talk, but we can't see you though.
I don't know. So when I speak, there's an echo.
Because I think you have two things simultaneously set up. You logged in twice.
Is that better?
This is better, yes.
That's better? I'm sorry. Let me try to turn my phone.
You logged in twice. Can you log off one of your IDs?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, this is much better, Sam.
So I turned off my phone. Sometimes my video doesn't work and it will work on my phone. But anyway, my name is Sam Dillon. I'm from the Houston, Texas area. And I am retired from I had an air conditioning company. I'm retired from that, but I also teach yoga. And I took yoga classes with Ramadan Patel. He would come to the Texas area, and that's how he's the one introduced me to these teachings. And I love Ramadan Ji, and I pray for his health. And I love you, Vijay, and I'm so grateful for your classes and the opportunity to learn this. I have practiced yoga since like 1969. And when I was introduced to the philosophy of non-dualism, that's what sold me on yoga, because that's what I believe, that God is everywhere, God is within everything, and God is everything. And then also I've been practicing what's called the practice of the presence. That being the case, that God is everything, and God is in everyone we meet, and God is in everything that happens to us. And another thing I love about these teachings is I love the story about the credit card, because that is so relevant to me, and it happens to me still. And I feel that it's a little bit different from the teaching of yoga, where the teaching of yoga is to still the mind and to see God within yourself, like that. And this teaching is in a way, it's a little simpler, in that all I have to do is remember that I am God. And I feel it, actually, I feel it happening to me. And I may not reach liberation in this lifetime, but I have great hope for that. And my life is full of hope, and I have happiness, and I am so grateful for the whole thing. And God bless you, and thank you, Vijay.
Thank you, Sam. Next, we have Shantikumar Chiluka. Go ahead, Shantikumar, unmute yourself.
Unmute. Namaste, Guruji, and namaste, everybody. I am from Hyderabad, India. I stay here. And I was visiting California sometimes in 2010 onwards. But a couple of lectures I come across Vijay Kapoorji, Guruji, and I liked it very much. But somehow I could not continue. Maybe it was not, all of them are online. So, but then in between 2015, 16 onwards, I've been a little regular. But again, somewhere something missed happened. But since last 3 years, I am continuously with these classes. I have not missed any class now. Maybe if at all I missed it, I made up in the next offline classes I took. What I can say is that, I was sincerely trying to seeking for this journey. And as people say that, if you are sincere, God will find a guru for you. And I think Vijay Kapoorji, Guruji, has been sent for as a guru to me. And what I found was the content is completely authentic and parampara. It's no mixing up of anything. Very rich, and his style of unfoldment of this profound subject is extremely enlightening, empowering, and transformative. It's changed a lot in my being. A lot of knowledge I've gained. I'm really grateful to him. And it's when I listen to him, it's not only Guruji, but entire parampara teachers or at one place teaching us, like, Chinmayanandaji and Dayanandaji and many Tattva-Vidanandaji and many Arshavidya teachers are with him, and more importantly, Maheshanandaji. So that we will not forget any time. So I'm really grateful to him. Regarding my profession, I'm a retired geoscientist from Department of Atomic Energy in India. I worked for 35 years, and I've been into many technologies, from uranium exploration to airborne surveys, remote sensing, nuclear power plant site selections, etc. But I've now retired for more than 10 years. My only thing is now almost a full time studying and improving myself, both Shravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasnam, plus plugging all my shortfalls in my Sadhana Chaturstaya. I'm sure I'm growing thanks to my teacher, Guruji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashanti Kumarji. Next, we have Subhadra Kara. Can you please come on the video as well? Thank you. Thank you.
Namaste to everybody. My name is Subhadra Kara. I live in San Jose, California. I work in the tech industry in the Bay Area. So my interaction with Vijayji is very, very nascent, not unlike all of you who've been with him for a long time. I got in touch with Vijayji, I think 2 years back. I had written to Vijayji for the Drig Drishya Viveka classes. I also happened to see you, sir, when we had the Swami Tattva-Vidananda's discourses in 2019 here. And then I registered myself in the Arsha Vidya as a site. And I used to keep looking for any classes that you would conduct. I am a big believer of that when a student is ready, the teacher appears, because COVID happened and then you sent an email to all of us who were there saying that you're starting online classes. I was really, really happy about that, because I used to keep checking to see if there were any classes I could attend. About Vedanta, I don't remember when I started. I know in 2012 when we moved the second time to US back from India, I used to, my husband, mostly my husband, but sometimes I used to chauffeur my children to Chinmaya Mission Bal Vihar. And that's when I used to start reading up while waiting for their classes to complete. But mostly I was introduced or drawn with Swami Tattva-Vidananda's lectures on YouTube. And then that whole journey, I would say that's how the journey started. So thank you, Vijayji. I'm very, very grateful to have found you. It's as if when you give when you're doing the classes, it's like as if you're talking directly to me, as if it's a one-on-one class. I don't know if I'm improving. I'm hoping I'm improving, but thank you very much. I live with my husband and 2 daughters. My older one is in college and younger one is in high school. So
Thank you, Subhadra. Thank you. Next, we have Sujit Dixit. Please go ahead.
Hari Om, Namaskar, Vijayji, and everyone at Ashvidya Center. Thank you for organizing this. Yeah, so I started attending classes with Vijayji in around a few months ago with when he started the Brahma Sutra series. Before that, I've been involved with Arshvidya Gurukul for a while. Like I used to live on the East Coast in Connecticut, at which point back in around 2000, I used to go to Arshvidya Gurukul frequently. Then I moved to Vancouver, Canada. That's where I live now in 2007. Been engaged with Chinmaya Mission for a while. And then, yeah, recently, a few months ago, I started attending Vijayji's lecture. So really grateful. I listened to Swami Dayanand Saraswati Pujiji Swamiji frequently, and it was really nice to have someone speak live and who actually speaks a very same language and style. So I'm very grateful for that. Professionally, I'm a scientist. I work in the biotech industry and have two kids. You've been seeing my little one. This is Vishwanath, my younger son. He's 8 years old. I have an elder son who's just turned 16. So yeah, I look forward to hearing more. Thank you.
Thank you, Surjit. Next, we have T. Srinivasan. Please go ahead.
Hello, my name is Tyagu Srinivasan. I don't know why Zoom says T. Srinivasan, but anyway. Thank you, Guruji. I first of all need to thank you a lot for putting me on the path. I come from, in India, I come from a fairly religious Orthodox family, if I could call it that. We grew up learning to chant shlokas, to do puja. I have learned the Vishnu Sahasranamam, I can chant it. I have learned formally Rudram. But the thing I was missing was essentially, even though all the chanting I could do, and I did feel some sense of satisfaction and fulfillment with that, it seemed like there was something big missing. And I think that's what I found recently joining your classes. So I got an email, I think sometime early last year, about the Purusha Suktam class. This is when I joined. And I wanted to give it a try to figure out, how that would have an impact on my day-to-day life. Because when I read something, it seems like I understand it, but I can't really relate it to my own experiences or how to apply it to my own life, which is what I'm finding more and more in joining your class. So thank you very much for that. Your excellent explanations of the concepts, examples to sort of help us understand the next level, the next nuance, the next level of meaning. It really helped us a lot, I think, particularly me. And I look forward to continuing the classes. I'm in your Vedanta class now. I'm sure you know that already. So thank you very much for that. I'm been in the Bay Area for 25 plus years now. I also work in the tech. I'm sure the vast majority here in Bay Area tech. So I've been here. And I don't know if you remember, I used to drive my kids to the Purna Vidya class a long time ago. But I think it's my time now to learn a little bit more and get deeper into it. So thank you again. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate all the effort you're putting in so that I can get a little bit better understanding and move on the right path. Thank you again.
Thank you, Tiger. We have Umit Chopra. Can you please come online and the video as well? Thank you, Umit.
Pranam, Vijayji, and namaste to everybody who's listening. My name is Umit Chopra. I live in Cupertino, California, in the Bay Area. And I work for, again, a technology company, Hitachi Vantara. Hitachi Vantara is the technology division of the Hitachi parent company, which is in Japan. And I have a global role. I'm in finance, and I manage a global team of people. That keeps me pretty much busy most of the days of the week. From a personal standpoint, I am married. I have two boys. They've grown up. They're now living in East Coast. And that just happened over the last year and a half. And now it's giving me more time to spend on what I want to do. And about 2 years ago, a friend of mine introduced me to ABC. This happened in July of 19. I think at that time, Vijayji was teaching Gita chapter 6. That's when I joined, and I really fell in love with the way the class is structured. We study one section of Gita, and then we take a diversion to do one scripture. So really enjoying this whole new change actually in my life over the last 2 years, where I'm trying to embark on this journey of getting to know more about the self. And I'm just realizing that most of my day, most of the activities, at least for me, we just go and do it based on the 5 senses. The mind dictates our activities of the day, trying to see how we can adopt or incorporate the learnings I'm getting from this class to see how we can be more self-aware every moment of the day. Thank you, Vijayji, for every shred of wisdom that you embark on these classes. I look forward to it every Tuesday, every Saturday. I try to attend the class live. I think I'm able to do it 90% of the time, but I do make it a point to come back and cover on any classes I missed through the online sessions. So consider myself very fortunate that I stumbled on this whole team and group of people who are dedicated their time to teach people like us who are just embarking on this journey. So thank you everybody, and looking forward to many more sessions and guidance and learning going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Midji. Satish wanted a minute to add to what he had to say in the last session. So go ahead, Satish, for wrap it up quickly, please.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to say when I said I was mixed up between materiality and spirituality. A lot more in there are so much mixed up till about from 2001 when I came to California from East Coast till about 2008. I was so much involved in collecting material things, material wealth, material titles, material recognition from the society and from the scientific world around. Spirituality was not there. Till I hit catastrophic illness from 2001 to 2008, my back was hurting. Ultimately, it hurt so much, I had to go under knife in 2009. And then that left its own remnant of problem. They damaged my L5 nerve. And however, then there was another fight started from there. In 2012, when I joined Vijayji's classes in spirituality, awakening came from 2013 to 14 onwards. The remnants of problem which open back surgery left in me started disappearing. I really know, and several years have gone, I'm pain-free and I'm under zero medication of any kind, of any kind. And what is behind is that when Vijay say in the classes, how come you're able to sit for 3 hours? He always challenges us. But I tell that 3 hours nothing. Because if you resolve to sit 3 hours, you will get 3 hours, for which I had to prepare for it. I have to be sleeping, I have to hit the bed latest by 10 o'clock. I have to get up 5 o'clock. To be ready by 8 o'clock. The disciplined life made me so disciplined, all ailments started disappearing one by one. And I'm able to attend to Vijay's classes 3 hours and some slight break in between, and fully attentive, fully conscientious in that. So wanted to bring this benefit I got by getting into spirituality and parting away from materiality. That's the difference here. That's what I got here. So this one, my 1 minute is over, and thank you very much for giving me extra minute.
Thank you, Satish ji. Really appreciate it. Vijay ji, do you want to wrap it up?
Yes. So have we covered everybody that was on the list?
Yes, we covered everybody who's online.
Okay, good. I don't know about you, but this was just a great experience for me. I mean, at various levels. First of all, just to see you in person, to hear your stories, your life's experiences, and to get a feedback that the teaching is reaching. I mean, really, I think somebody, I don't remember who it was, that in the Sampradaya, the only agenda we have is that the teaching is being appreciated. There is nothing else that we want. We are at a stage, very early on, perhaps I was a little anxious in making sure that we have enough students. So I used to go around asking people, can you please come this? I don't even do that. If Ishvara wants you to listen to the right teaching, he will bring us together. So I don't even have that agenda anymore. And so I don't have any other agenda, just to appreciate that what is moving my heart is also moving your heart. And in that sense, I think I appreciate that I am a householder. I am not a sannyasi. And so really my life's experiences are very similar to yours. And with the added insights that I've gotten from Swami Dayanandji, I'm very grateful that this is, that we can resonate with you. I'm also extremely indebted to Swami Dayanandji for his style of teaching. I mean, this is what distinguishes him from all the other teachers. You can say the same thing, but if it doesn't really convey the conviction of the teacher, then it doesn't have the same effect. And so over the years, I've learned a lot from his experiences on how he teaches, how he reaches out to the minds of the people. That I'm very grateful for, and I really thank Swami Dayanandji, and I thank all of you. Let me just say one other thing. There is a lot more to learn. And the learning of more things comes from the following things. Many times, many of you have expressed it, and I have too, that there seems to be a difference between what we learn in the class and in conducting our life. So that's very normal. So the question is, how do we minimize that gap? So Swami Dayanandji had given us a very good example of that. What he said was that it's like, in a way, like climbing a mountain, which is very slippery. And so you take a couple of steps and then you fall again. Then you take a couple of steps. So the way to do that is to learn the hooks that would allow you to firmly put your feet forward and minimize the falling back. These hooks are through the various examples in the books, examples in life. So we have a lot more to do. All I'm saying is, please don't beat yourself up and saying, I can't do this. I have, a lot of them you've said you're rookies. You'll be surprised how quickly you will receive the hooks in life if we just keep studying. And so after a while, it becomes second nature. I think somebody said that. And so my last request to you is, let us both continue on this very pleasant journey, which Ishvara has put together for us. And I look forward to really working with you. May God bless you, and Hari Om. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you, Guruji.
We're done for the meeting.
Thank
Nice
you,
meeting
Guruji.
everybody.
Thank you, Guruji.
Namaste.
Thank you.